Hi everybody, it's Kathy here from Kathy Loves a Scrap, and I'm coming to you from the land down under today with an off the board with a pineapple papers project that we are doing this month. And it is Monday, so that means it's a mood board inspiration, and this is the one that I've chosen. And I'm also going to use a sketch that I designed to pull that mood board together, and this is the layout that I created using the Scrapbook Fantasies or Runaway Princess papers. So I'm going to be using some gold foil technique throughout this layout. I'm also going to use some lunar paste and this stenciling. I found these great star gem strips, and this uniquely creative stencil will help build my background. Now, as I said, I'm using Runaway Princess from Scrapbook Fantasies. I absolutely love all the elements on this side, and it's a shame I can't use that girl, but I want this frame here on my layout as per my sketch. So I have pulled together also some chipboard that I've gotten from Scrapbook Fantasies through their Chippy of the Month collection. And I have these 4 photos of my daughter from our cruise where she was at the Bionic Bar, and it actually was quite a marvel to see and watch the process as the machine made her drink. So I captured that for her and have decided that I'll put it on this amazing paper. Look at these, aren't they just amazing? The elements on these pages are outstanding. Alicia from Scrapbook Fantasies creates all of these, and they are Australian. And look, I'm just loving this paper. So I'm using all from the same range. That moon is amazing, but I want to use this brick wall for the concept, as you saw on the sketch that I'm going to build into it. So I first of all need to prepare my chipboard, as I'm going to be using the gold foil flakes, and that's going to take a while. So I want to colour it up first, because I don't just want it to be plain or just all gold. I want it to be like the mood board, sparkly with the colours revealed underneath. Now I use this puppy mat as my spray mat, which is great because it's very absorbent and it takes away everything and it collects, and because it's big enough, all the spray doesn't go everywhere. I'm using a dilution spray in the blue, and then I am putting on some gold leaf glue from Express It, and that allows it to get a little bit of stickiness, and you'll see that I'm just putting it over the top in places. I don't want the whole thing to be gold, I just want it to be broken pieces of gold, giving it an antique-y feel. So I'm just putting this down randomly around the shapes, and because the mat is absorbent, it's putting the colour with the glue as well, so that it's getting different shades. I'll put that to the side to let it go tacky, because you need to let it dry for about 15 minutes before you can do some gold foiling with it. I am cutting out my brick wall in a staggered pattern to give like it's leaching across the page. I just wanted to give that ethereal feel to base on that mood board, but also because I feel like it just needs this whole shredding across the page, not just in one spot. Now, I do love that lock, and I really want to include that in on my embellishment. So I'm going to take it out of that centre there, which is fine because the photo is going to actually cover that strip up there. And I like that moony effect. It looks like the moon. So it's giving that ethereal overall feel to the layout. And that's picking up the colours from the mood board, but also the colours from the photos, which is really important as well. So I'm just going to lay this into place so that I can still prepare the bottom of this layout. It's not finished yet. I want to add in some more mixed media, and I'm using this gold lunar paste to do that through this stencil. And unfortunately, a lot of it gets covered up by photos, but you can still see it peeking out in places. So that's the key to it. I didn't want it to be overly heavy with the mixed media, but I just wanted it in the background, and you can see adding that sparkle like the mood board had with the sparkling stars. And I just love this gold lunar paste. So I'm going to put that over to the side to dry, and once that's dry I can then work on that layout. So my pieces are now tacky, which means I can go in with the gold foil. And using a dry brush, I'm just brushing those pieces with the foil, and as you can see, it's only sticking where the tacky glue is, and then the rest is staying with the hints of the blue colour. Now, as it's dried, it's gone more the tealy colour, which is great because that brings in the lighter bluey greeny colour of the photos, but also from the mood board. So it's keeping the whole colour range together. And the gold adds that sparkle or that little bit of shimmer that is subtly added to the page. And with the gold leaf, you've just got to make sure that you are brushing off all the bits, and don't forget to pick it all up with your dry brush and put it over so that you're not wasting it. It does go everywhere, so be careful. It is very light and flaky, so it makes a bit of a mess if you're not careful. And you really need to clean it up because it's not good for your health to leave it lying around, and animals and things like that. So it's really important that you clean up after you use it. I always put it down onto a white area to work. That way I can keep control of what's happening with it. All right, so I have all my bits and pieces ready now, so I can get into the layering up of this layout. As per my sketch, I've got a 4-photo one, tucking this one in under that frame there, and that's just the bionic part of the drink machine, the arm that brings the cup out to you. And there's my daughter there, standing there, just taking her drink from the bionic thing. There's the steward, I would call it, the bionic steward, with all of the bottles of alcohol that it can mix from hanging from the ceiling. And there's my daughter posing with her, I can't even tell you what drink it was she was making, but some sort of cocktail-y thing. So I'm just layering up all of the elements. I cut out that suitcase from the back of one of the pages that I was using. I think it was the moon one, and I'm adding in my layering up of the chipboard, and I've cut out some extra brick pieces that I want to pop up, but as I go back to the sketch, I realise I don't need them there. I'm going to actually move them around a bit when I start to adhere it all in. So I went off screen and I've adhered it all down. You can see that I've done some rearranging in the placements there. I've stretched that chipboard brickwork to marry across the bricks, and I've put in some stars, some extra pieces in different places to follow the sketch but build the embellishments. And the bricks are on the side, as you can see, one tucked under the frame, one on the frame to the side, and then 3 down the right hand side. I cut out the feather to give it that ethereal feel, like it's wafting down. I've got the lock there that hints at mystery, and the title I've called it is A Most Crazy Enchanted Life. So it all ties in with that mystical feel for this layout. With that strip of gold, stars and gems, I'm just cutting it up and splattering really the stars across the layout. And at first of all, I thought I was only going to do 3, then I moved it up to 5, then I went to 7, and eventually I set it on 11 little splatters of the gold stars and dots. And that's so that it's got that odd balance for the eye, and also to draw you around the page. And I like the subtleness of it. I'm just putting in some journaling here, explaining that it's Lily at the Bionic Bar. This was on our cruise. This is in our cruise album for her. She actually said the other day, I was really living in the moment. I wished I'd taken more photos. So luckily she had me with her, because I have 1,000 photos of her from that cruise. So she's going to have all her memories in her album. Now, just to highlight this paper a little bit more and put the details in, I'm using a white gel pen to just add in some highlights, and that really brings the detail of that window frame to the forefront. The same on the suitcase. It sort of blends in at the moment, but when I add in some white highlights, it actually just gives it enough pop to lift it up off the page. And they are on foam so that it is up off the page, and it's adding that little bit of detail to it. And I actually like how this came together, and to think that it all came from a mood board is quite amazing. So there you can see that I have the bricks and the stars. I have the gold leafing on the chipboard. I've used all of the elements from the papers that I wanted to use. I've got the suitcases showing that it was actually a trip away. It wasn't just some bar somewhere. It was on there. And that was the mood board that inspired me. Like the back of the person, her eyes, all of those things are tied in. This was the sketch that I created for myself, and this is the layout that's in its final pieces. If you like anything, you're more than welcome to copy it. Just hold it, freeze it, take a screenshot, whatever it is that you need to do to copy. I'm more than happy for you to do so. If you like my sketch, let me know, because I just felt that I needed to do something with this. I had the 4 photos. I had an idea in my head of what I wanted to create, and I'm really thrilled that that mood board inspired this layout. As you can see, the photos are still very prominent in it, and I'm happy scrapping away down under, and hope that you like it. If you do, give me a thumbs up. It lets YouTube know that my content's worth watching. If you aren't already subscribed, consider doing so. It costs you nothing, and I really do appreciate you following. Leave me a comment, I'll get back to you. Ask me a question, I can answer it. You can find me on all my socials under Kathy Loves to Scrap, especially on Instagram, where everything ends up. I'm pleased you stayed today. Thank you so much for watching. Happy scrapping. Until next time.